What happens when you don't have the time, the know-how, or the patience to train your own service dog? Hi, I'm TL. This is my retired service dog story. This is the dog I was going to train. I had her temperament tested, and she barely passed. Her biggest problem is that she's not food motivated. This is my retired service dog story. She has congestive heart failure, and she's no longer working. I got her from a program in Colorado. This is my pet dog, Daisy, who was a service dog candidate, and I had her temperament tested, and she didn't pass with flying colors, but she passed saying it's a possibility. So that possibility is not really working out because, number one, I don't have time to train her, and number two, if I am working with her, then she knows what's going on because she knows all these commands and she can hear it. Like, even if I lock her in a bedroom and work with this one outside of the room, she knows what's going on. She hears the commands and she knows that there are rewards being given. And so it's hard to do it in front of her because she feels like she's missing out. So training is hard to do due to lack of time and a little bit of jealousy. So what do you do when this happens to you? When you don't have the time or the know-how or the patience, or you have another dog around and it makes it hard to train another service dog in front of them? Well, my hack is the ADI website, Assistance Dogs International website. They have a list of members you can go through who are ADI certified, and they're service dog organizations where you can get a service dog that's already completely trained. So you can go on their website. You can find a service dog organization usually within your state, or you can find one outside of your state, but it services your state. And so that's what I'm doing right now. The organization that I got her from requires, like 99.9% of all service dog organizations, they require you to travel to where they're at to do the placement class for 2 weeks, and then to go back again for retesting once a year. I found an organization in New York that they pay for your whole transportation. They provide lodging, your meals, they provide everything. Like, there's no expense to you whatsoever. Even the dog is free too. So going to the ADI website is what helped me to find this organization. So I submitted the application and they came back to me with some requirements I have to fulfill. And it's going to take me about 6 months to fulfill those requirements. And then I can apply again. Probably by the time I qualify and get a new dog, this one is probably going to be gone, unfortunately, because she has congestive heart failure. And when I took her back for a checkup, he said her heart sounds worse. She's on medication, but she's slowly unable to do more things and getting less active. So unfortunately, I don't think she's going to be around by the time I get a new dog, or she probably won't be around for much longer after I bring a new dog home. This one is a pet. I love her to death. She's a puppy, but she's a Pyrenees. And my experience with her is that since she's not food motivated, she might do 1 or 2 commands in hopes of getting a treat or food or something. But after 1 or 2, she just says, nah, I'm not interested. I don't need it. She can live without food. So yes, I'm talking about you. So she is hard to train. So I don't have the patience, the know-how, and I don't have the heart to train her in front of this one. My only other option that will be financially viable for me right now is to get a program dog that's already fully trained and hopefully go through this program that pays travel and lodging and everything for the 2 weeks that I would pick up the other dog. So that's where I'm at right now. That's the status of what's going on with this one. But her temperament test is recorded on a video that you can watch, and I'll put it at the end of this video. So subscribe if you want to follow my journey through getting a service dog through an organization. When I got this one through an organization, I didn't really document my journey, but for the next one, I plan to document my journey if they allow me, if the organization allows me to go public with it. Getting a service dog when you have a retired one at home is really hard because you're transitioning. I think it helps the fact that she's already not going anywhere with me. She's already not working. I think that'll help make the transition easier because she's used to staying home with this one. When I brought her home, I had a working service dog who was retiring as soon as she got home. So it was a lot harder because the retired service dog was ready to go out the door with me, but I would leave with this one instead. And so my retired service dog, she retired as soon as this one came home. She would just lay by the door and wait for me to come home again. So I think that was a lot more difficult than it will be with replacing the service dog and her being there if she's still around when a new service dog comes home with me. She would just love to have another dog to play with because this one is too old to play with her. Just every once in a while she'll play with her, but the rest of the time she's like, leave me alone. So this one will love having a young dog to play with her. Yes, you will.